What's up, y'all? Like, share, subscribe. You know the routine. Um, well, tell somebody else the routine because anyway, um, I'm gonna get right into it. I'm gonna discuss, a couple of things. As I always do, I always discuss more than one topic. I don't just discuss, one topic. Usually, sometimes I do one topic, but anyway, enough of my rant. Um, First thing I want to talk about is I seen something on the baby, and I know I wasn't going to talk about it no more. Well, I'm not really going in depth with it, but I'm definitely not going to talk about the LGBTQ thing no more, or whatever. But what I am particularly talking about is this cancel culture. I saw something that somebody suggested to the baby that he take his money and he do his own little show, his own little headline, and get a couple of people who have been backing him to support it, and maybe get some local sponsor, whatever. Of course, you're not going to get the corporate sponsors because I mean those are the people that's dropping him, and those are the people that's really behind the community. Um, but maybe he should do that in order to cancel this cancel culture, uh, and I thought there was a good premise behind that because as I said before, I'm not particularly a fan of the baby. I never even heard of him until he performed on BET Show Awards, but apparently he has some kind of prominence because he was able to perform in the BT Awards. He's headlined. He's been part of these shows that's been dropping him. He's had sponsorship. So apparently his music out there, and he had a collaboration with Dua Lipa. In my last video, I mispronounced her thing or whatever, but she's a pop singer, and basically for you to cross over into the pop genre, then you have some kind of prominence. So I don't know. Like I said, I haven't heard of him before, but um, apparently he has some kind of clout, and he has a fan base. He has a following. So getting to the point, like I think the premise of the suggestion is that if people want to cancel you for speaking your mind, speaking your truth, or whatever. Well, let me not put quotation marks. It's your truth, so let me not put quotation marks. Um, if people want to cancel you for speaking your truth, then you sit there and show them, hey, look, I don't need your support. If you don't want to support me because I sat there and said something that got you all butthurt, that got you all in your feelings, then I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna take my business elsewhere, and I'm gonna create my own business. It alludes to what I have discussed many times before. I think I said it in my videos. Um, that when do you get to a point where you make enough money that you don't have to be beholden to these masses, right? You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be beholden to these corporations. They don't have to sit there and pull you by your curtail or whatever. When do you make enough money to say that, hey, I don't need it. It is what it is. I'm gonna say what I want to say, and I might be wrong. I might apologize on my own, but don't force me to apologize because you're pulling my money. You know, when we make enough money to do that, because we actually, these stars make enough money. I don't want to hear nothing otherwise. These stars make enough money to create their own little studios, create their own little media, create their own little. They already got a fan base. See, when you already have a following, it's much easier to do things. Like I mentioned before, like with Kwame. Now, granted, he's been doing his work, and hats off to him, hats off to him. But I was mentioning that it becomes easier when you have a little star name behind you. Especially like, let's say for instance, I want to do something in my community, right? I want to do a little fundraiser, right? Now, it's hard for me to get people's attention. It's hard for me to get people to donate and things like that. I can get it done. Plenty of people have got it done. I've seen it. I've been part of events or whatever. I don't. I'm. I just started doing this on a consistent basis for a couple of months. Things are just now starting to open up in-person events and things like that. I'm not big on I get caught up in the moment, so I'm not big on taking pictures and going live and stuff like that. But anyway, it's not to prove a point, but it's just to give you an idea of where I'm coming from. um so I go to these things, and it's hard to gather these things. You get people to show up. Especially if it's known to be a tradition. Like, I just came from an event for my job. It's called Fun in the Sun. So if you're in New York and you're in the Bronx, they do it every year. Look it up, Fun in the Sun. They have a lot of different events. They give out different things. They give out information, things like that. So if it's like a event like that that's known in the community, they do it every single year. You're gonna get certain people to come out. You're gonna get the diehards that always come out, and then you're gonna get a few new people or whatever. But it's good. The older people are gonna outnumber the newer people because they know about it, right? It's hard to get the newer people in because marketing is hard. Now, you take that same event, or you take an event I'm talking about, like maybe I'm doing, and you put a celebrity name behind it. You tell them so and so is coming. You get much more response because we live in that celebrity culture. We live in that celebrity culture, so people follow behind people. So if you already have a following, it's easier to get things done. So it's not something that the baby can't do. And somebody said, well, it's going to be hard for him because he's toxic and the things that he said was unnecessary, so people are not going to back him. But no, he can get some people to back him because there's a lot of people that feel like his freedom of speech was violated. So if you get in line with those like-minded people, you can get things done. You can get things done. So I it's bigger than the baby, in my opinion. It's bigger than the baby, and that's why I'm bringing attention to this statement. It's bigger than the baby because if people like the baby and other rappers can sit there and do it, then it sets another precedent, because they already set a precedent that if you say anything that remotely offends us, we're gonna come after you. They already set that precedent. Now, you could turn around and set another precedent, right? And say, hey, if you want to come at me, I'm still going to sit there and get my money. Yeah, I might have lost the money that you was going to give me because you want to drop me because of what I said, but I'm going to sit there and get my own little bag. I'm going to create my own little thing because I already got a following. I already know these people are going to come watch me do a live stream, or these people are going to come see me anyway, and they're going to, and I could even charge them the low. I can charge them low and still make a profit. So I mean, I can sit there and get a permit for an outside event or something and do it, and get a couple of people to back me up. I could do that. F your cancel culture. And that's the premise that I'm trying to push out right there. So on another note, I keep seeing headlines, and I think and I keep seeing headlines. I keep seeing this thing, and there's a video out of Dr. Dre's daughter talking about she's living out her car because Daddy Dearest won't give her any money.
So a big shocking story today is that Dr. Dre's oldest daughter, who is 38 years old, is apparently homeless. She's living out of a rental car. She expects that car is going to be taken away from her at any time because it's very expensive. She has 4 children. They're apparently living with one of her friends or something. She is working. She has multiple jobs, according to her. She works in a warehouse. She delivers food for DoorDash and Uber Eats. However, she does not have enough money to pay for shelter in California, and everyone should know that California is a very expensive place to live. So the big thing that I'm seeing online, a lot of people are saying, well, she's 38 years old. Who cares? It doesn't matter. That's on her. Dr. Dre's money is his own. He doesn't need to support her, blah, 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 blah. He worked hard for his money. She's 38 years old, blah, 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 whatever. The other part about this is that supposedly, according to her at least, he stopped giving her any form of financial assistance sometime last year, sometime in 2020. And supposedly the reasoning behind that was he didn't appreciate something or the things that she was saying in the media about him.
Now this daughter of his is 38 years old. You're 2 years away from 40, right? And you're crying because you're sleeping in your car and you feel you shouldn't have to sleep in your car because your dad is rich. Your dad is a billionaire. But guess what? Albeit that he's still your dad, and a child will forever be your child. Like if my children, like I have a grown daughter, right? But when she asks me for money and I have it, I send it to her. Now, am I obligated to do that? No. Because she's grown. She's old enough to work on her own. She's old enough to live on her own. She's old enough to drive. She's old enough to drink. Right? So I'm not obligated to do that. But she's my daughter. So yes, if she needs help, I'm going to help her. But to feel that because I'm a billionaire, I'm obligated to sit there and make sure you're all right. I'm obligated to make sure you're not sleeping in your car. No. Giving her money at one point. You're lucky to even be getting money from your parents at an adult age. Right? You know, I don't have sympathy for these kind of stories because people like her, women like her, don't know what it is to struggle your whole adult life with little to no help. So, I mean, she's getting all this buzz like Daddy Dearest. How dare you not take care of me? How dare you be a billionaire and I'm living out my car? Grow up. Building your own fortune. Because guess what? Your Daddy Dearest wasn't always rich. He built his way up. He was living in the hood. And I'm pretty sure he told you stories of how he came up. He told you how he grew up. I'm pretty sure of that. And you should have took that knowledge that he was kicking to you and used it in your own ambitious endeavors. Let that be a lesson. I would never sit there and say my mother owes me stuff. Now, if she wants to help, if I really need help, and it has been times I really need help, and she was actually the last resort, to be honest. But she helped me. She helped me. Was she obligated to help? No. Would I get mad because she didn't help? No. Not if I'm being logical, not if I'm being sensical. I'm not going to get mad at her for not wanting to help or not being able to help. She has her own bills too. I'm a grown man. I should be taking care of myself. But sometimes you do get in a rut. Sometimes you do need that help. But I don't think this is the case. I don't think that's the case. So, whatever happens, happens. Maybe he might buck down and wind up throwing her, a few $1,000 or whatever it might be. Or maybe he might sit there and keep continuing to give her tough love. I don't know. But the point of the matter is, you shouldn't be 38 feeling obligated to your dad's money. Just like he already has to sit there and dish out spousal support to his now ex-wife, which I totally don't believe in spousal support on both ends. I don't care if it's the man getting the spousal support or the woman getting the spousal support. So let's make that clear. Don't sit there and make it a sexist thing, because I know some people will. I don't care for spousal support at all. If I sit there and leave you, you sit there and leave me, we part ways. My money parts too. That's what it should be. My money should part too. Just because you got used to a certain lifestyle under me, and now you decide you don't want to be with me, you don't want to deal with me, then that's your problem. I built my wealth. Go and build yours. Take whatever money you was getting while you was with me, and you should have sat there and been saving it up and investing it. Because and I'm pretty sure in those cases, the spouse that's making all the money is paying a majority of the bills, if not all the bills. So what was you doing with the money? What was you doing with your money? Huh? Or no, you didn't have no money. You didn't have no money, and all you was doing was spending the spouse's money. So it's the spouse that you're now leaving. It's the spouse's fault that you're a little leech that don't want to really do anything for themselves, and you should be compensated because your whole time you was sitting there living off of the spouse's money. Oh, I get it. All right, I got it. Yeah, whatever. I can't. I can't. I can't. Going on to the next topic. Why can't we, disagree to agree to disagree, or just either congratulate a person or just keep your mouth shut about a person if you have something negative to say about the person. Because I made my last video was about Kwame giving back. All right. I don't do too many videos on Kwame because his live stream he does. First of all, he and there's no knock at him. Because I am subscribed to him. Whatever. There's no knock at him, but he uses too many N-words. Too many. He calls out too many names. He has too many freaking beefs. That takes away from the message. It takes away from what he really wants to do. So I don't, and plus I don't have time to look at 2-hour long live streams. I don't even know how it goes for 2 hours. How you talk for freaking 2 hours on a live stream? I don't get it. I don't understand. But to each their own. That's his thing. I don't sift through it. In order for me to put clips in, I have to sift through a whole 2-hour long live stream, and that's just too much. it's just too much. I'm gonna be honest with you. But anyway, for the most part, his heart is in the right place, and he really wants to sit there and help kids. At least I feel he is genuine about it. I hope he's very genuine about it. But apparently, he's been doing something, because he has the key to the city. He has a park named after him. So he's been doing something. All right. So anyway, he did this shoe drive for 2 days, and apparently he was supposed to have like 6,000 pairs of shoes. And this guy Kevin Giles, he pretty much hated on him. Like,
hit that like button and subscribe. A lot of people out here talking shit. A couple days ago, I came up here and told y'all there wasn't shoe boxes in that damn car. Press 1. I told y'all there wasn't no school boxes, them goddamn shoe boxes in that damn car. I don't care what these little niggas say on this internet. 6,000 pairs of shoes and 6,000 kids and all this mumbo jumbo, hit that like button. I'm going to give you what you want. I'm going to give you what you need, not what you want. We got 6,000 pairs of shoes. Kwame get in the car driving up the street like Tommy Sotomayor kicked his ass out the house or something. Think you fooling me with all that free gear you got from them subscribers for free stuff to get marketed. Listen, y'all quit playing with me on this internet. I told you them look like no shoes. They invited this man out. Press one. That ain't his event. Press one. I thought y'all was holding an event. Press one. Hold up. Before I listen. Hey, I can't help it. You know, forgiveness. I forgive y'all niggas. Y'all just don't know it yet. I find it very amusing that Kwame Brown has convinced his subscribers that over 6,000 children will be getting pairs of shoes. 6,000 gonna get haircut. Press one. I just find this shit amusing that y'all can wake me up and be in my comment section trolling, talking about what have I done for them lately.
How you hate on somebody that's really giving back to the community? You sitting there, you're actually counting the number of sneakers. You saying, oh well, that doesn't look like no 6,000 pairs of shoes. What does it matter? Even if it's not 6,000 pairs of shoes, he's still giving back. It could be 6 pairs of shoes, 60 pairs of shoes, 600 pairs of shoes. Who cares? He's giving back. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why we can't we just, either congratulate a person, hook up with them, and if you're really about the community, hook up with them and say, hey, how can we get there together? If you wasn't able to do the 6,000, maybe I can help you get the 6,000. Instead of doing that, no, you clown him and say that his shoe drive is a bust. Right? I don't. That's what really hurts us. And I could talk to my face. My face is blue. A lot of people can talk to their face is blue. It's frustrating. There's so many things we can get accomplished if we stop the nonsense. Stop arguing about nonsense. Like the freaking vax. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of the post. Why you keep posting? If you don't want to take it, don't take it. You don't need to post it on Facebook. Don't take it. And if you took it, you still don't need to put it on Facebook. It just causes these endless debates. And then these stories about how, oh, I have a friend that was forced to take it, and then now he can't even get an erection. I have another friend where they was forced, they sat there and took it, and then they had a stroke. All these stories are coming out the freaking woodworks. Because they know people are calling them out about listening to so-called other scientists that's whistleblowing. They're calling them out from listening to other YouTubers. So now they got to sit there and say, oh, yeah, I got personal stories because this person told me that this happened and this person told me that this happened. I still don't want to take it. So if you don't want to take it, don't take it. And you crying about so-called being forced is not changing anything. It's either you sit there and comply or find some alternative. I don't know what else to tell you. You posting on Facebook is doing what? Bringing awareness? Bringing awareness to what? What we already freaking know? I'm sorry, it's probably my most emotional video yet. But this it's tiring. Tiring. All the infighting about stuff that we shouldn't even be fighting about. There's more important things to worry about. You're gonna get it or you're not gonna get it. You know people that's affected by it. You don't know people that's affected by it. It doesn't matter. And yes, they keep coming with the argument, yes, you still can get it. A vaccine doesn't stop you from getting it. Yes, you still can get it. But guess what? The effects of it are far less. There's far less people in the hospital right now that are vaccinated than there are unvaccinated. The numbers are there. So yes, you still can get it. Yes, you still can spread it. Yes, that is true. And I'm not denying that. Nobody's denying that. And I'm not telling you to do it. I don't care either way. I don't really care. What I care about is this endless debate that goes nowhere. If you're going to sit there and go against somebody who already is dead set in their mind, they already feel they're being forced, they already know they don't want to take it, why are you going to come at them? And vice versa. If you know somebody is for it or already had it done, why are you coming at them? Just leave them alone. Leave them be. And you know what? I even gotta follow my own advice because because I get tired, I find myself commenting on people's things and saying, hey, y'all ridiculous with this mess. And I gotta curb that. I gotta curb that myself. So I'm gonna take my own advice, and I'm not commenting on nobody's stuff no more. I'm not even talking about this stuff no more. Just leave it alone. If you're not gonna get it, don't get it. If you're gonna get it, get it. And if you feel forced, if you feel you have to get it if your job sits there and tells you, hey, you can't work here if you can't do it, that's their right. The job has a right to sit there and enforce their own little policy if they feel that's going to make their employees safer. If it's in that line, they have that right. They do. Or they give you the option. You either get vaccinated and show proof that you're vaccinated, or you got to sit there and succumb to regular testing. And think about it on that note. Think about the fact that you have to get regular testing, right? So you don't want to get the vaccine. You got to get regular tested. There's nothing wrong with your employer wanting the employees to be healthy. So they don't want you coming in there if you actually have it, vaccinated or unvaccinated. But they don't want you coming in there if you already have it. Now, chances of, yes, you can still get it, you can still spread it, whatever, but the chances of you getting it are less if you get vaccinated. Less. Yeah, you can still get it. But the people that's getting it are getting it from 9 times out of 10. It may not be always the case, but 9 times out of 10, the people that are getting in contact with COVID are the one they're getting in contact with somebody who's unvaccinated. I hope that we come to an end with this, but this is not ending anytime soon. The debate seems to not end anytime soon. All I can say is when we're gonna get on point and really start discussing what we really need to discuss in order to create our liberation, create our generational wealth, create actual communities that's our own. When we're gonna start realizing that you have to get somewhat into politics. Just owning your own business and the other things doesn't escape that, because them same people still govern what you do. We live in a government. Every country has some sort of government, and with government comes politics. So I don't understand what's the thing. I mean, I know you believe they're chosen And I mean, that's just still a theory. That's still a theory. And as I advocate all the time, local politics is far more important. Far more important. Just food for thought. Just food for thought. You ain't gotta listen to me, and I'm not trying to steer you any kind of way. I really am not. I hope it does not come off that way. I really hope it does not come off that way. I'm not trying to steer you either way. I am not. All I'm saying is just make the logical choice. Just make the choice that's best for you. But stop arguing about it. Stop posting about it. It's of no use. You already set your ways. You already know how you feel about it. You already know how other people feel about it. So I mean, at this point, you posting about it is just to sit there and get some kind of engagement from people who are like-minded. That's all you're looking for. And of course, if you're like-minded, of course they're gonna agree with you. They're gonna come on your post. Oh yeah, you're right. Da 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 da. That's truth and this and that. Blah 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 blah. Okay, whatever. All right. So anyway, please like, share, subscribe. Help me grow this page. Help me get this content out so that I can branch off into other things. That's what I really want to do, is get enough of subscribers so I can really start branching and networking and really start doing what I really want to do. That's the goal. That's really the goal. And you don't have to agree with everything I say. I'm not expecting you to. I'm not. I just, I appreciate the engagement. I appreciate it if you're watching. I appreciate it if you turn on the notifications, because maybe some people that's already subscribed don't even know when I'm putting up these videos. I put up videos quite often, if not every day, every other day. Sometimes I have 3 days in between, but I am putting up content a lot more often than when I first started the page. So, please, turn on the notifications so that you can get my content. Maybe you might like it, maybe you won't. Maybe you agree with you, maybe you won't. Even if you disagree, I don't mind you commenting. I'll read the comments. I read the comments and I'll reply. Just as long as it's not some a comment. If it's a comment that's already looking for argument, expect the argument. I might not reply with an argument. I might sit there and just ignore you, but expect the argument. That's just it. But if you come in with, you come in from a genuine place, and I see that, then I don't mind engaging with you. So keep that in mind. Tell somebody, share, like, whatever you feel you need to do. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, subscribe, please. Let me help you. Let me help other people. Let me put it that way. All right. I know I went on a rant, but I think some things come to my head and I feel they have to be said, so I say it. So on that note, I'll end this video finally and leave y'all to your business. Peace.